90% of my funds allocation
all-time high
to just focus on that.
after all-time high.
On the basis she
After
makes me
all-time
1,000%
high.
upside.
That is what we're going to
This
see.
is what she's just been
It's just
focusing on
programmed.
since January.
And the best
Literally.
feeling is that
She
we've
found
been waiting for it.
in
We've been
January.
here. We've layered in. We were ready. We were buying when Iran and Israel and the US were bombing each other. And now we're reaping the benefits. I mean, if you look at it on the week, it's crazy. It could not be better. And I brought you this song, which shout out to Costa, he made it. And I want you to listen to this.
Don't want to fight, but I just wanted to ask you, I hope you haven't invested very heavily in Bitcoin. It looks like it's going down.
118,000, ladies and gentlemen!
I lost 10.
118,000. Do you understand what that means? 118,000 at 75,000. I've been telling you to start layering in. 75,000. I've been telling you to start buying, and we're here today. And I'm happy that we're here today. And if you bought, just smash the like button. If you're new, obliterate the like button and subscribe to the channel. I bring you the best alpha. If you don't know who I am, my name is Fefe. I literally just closed the tab here. My name is Fefe and I bring you the best alpha. Whether that's trading, we make trades like these. I help you keep up to date with the market. The whole idea behind the show is that you watch this show. You don't need anything else for the next 24 hours. So come back for the next one. Subscribe to the channel. Let's get going. Guys, absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Market is up. OP 6017, render 10, which is nothing basically, but Ethena 25. I'm a little bit sad about Ethena because we closed it before the upbit listing, which is not nice. But 15% on INJ, HBAR, WorldCoin, Theta, everything is pumping. But most importantly, Bitcoin is pumping, guys. Bitcoin is pumping up at 118,000. Can tell you that there's 165 billion added to the market. There was 3 billion liquidated only on ETH and Bitcoin. And yeah, it looks incredible. Breakouts do not happen often. It doesn't happen that you have it on a weekly and on a daily, you have a breakout like this. But if you look at this, I was very vocal down here and I said, once we have a 4-hour recovery, which we had here, that is the bottom. We bought here. Anyway, Bitcoin is up 15% since then and alts will follow. But probably not many of you listened. And that's okay, because I know not everybody can listen. And if I didn't get 15 DMs in the past 2 days about this break, I didn't buy, what should I do? Well, first of all, you should listen. Honestly, like, you should listen. This is not my first rodeo. I've been around here. I'm telling you what I'm doing. If you did not layer in at 75 and 80 and 85 because you were afraid and you were looking at other KOLs and other influencers and you thought the Bitcoin is going to 30,000, I'm so sorry. But I do have something for you because I know how bad it can feel like, and I also was in my first bull market where I was stupid. And so I can just go back and be like, hey, I was a complete dumbass back then. Now I can tell you what I'm doing with my own money, so you might be able to make some cash with it. So if you are a little bit sidelined, you don't know what to do, I've got the thing for you. We're going to talk about that today as well. We're going to talk about news, and of course, we're going to talk about charts. Very important. If you look at this, before I even deep dive, I just wanted to show you this. Let's talk about that later. I'm going to show you that later. Predictions are going nuts now. So it literally took one green candle. Prediction market on base. Base case shows 141,000. We do have ETF inflows coming in at $1.2 billion. Billions and billions are pouring into crypto. Billions and billions, and they're great people investing in crypto, buying Bitcoin through the ETFs, which is fantastic. Tremendous amount of money flowing in. So we did a great job here. And so my reputation seems to be intact as well, because this is literally Pico bottom. I just want to show I tweeted this. I bet my reputation on it. You will regret not buying here. I also want to say I've been fucking ridiculed when this tweet went out. And yes, my account is down, but I knew and have been saying that further drop is a possibility. Liquidation price is another 50-60% lower on most of my leverage. And yes, you can be sarcastic as you want. I'm adding to positions. The recovery will be face melting. And it is face melting. It is face melting, okay? So if you look at this, I'm just going to put this up here and so we can see where it was actually, because I didn't put this up yet. So this was the last dip here, but I also tweeted here, also tweeted right here and on the shows. Anyway, what matters is that we called the very bottom. But what happens next? First off, if you have not like the show that, yet do it. But if you have taken the positions and you are, even if it's in a little bit minus, whatever that might be, if you have taken the positions that I've been talking about, the only way you can screw this up is if you start panicking and taking profits early and not letting your profits ride out. Literally. So if you got the entries with me, all you need to do is not screw this up, to sit tight for the next 2 to 3 months. Honestly, I know it will be a bumpy ride and it will dump and you think, oh my God, I made so much money and I'm going to open this up now and I don't even know how much profit this has, but like, let's say it has like a $1,600 profit here on Sol and Solana is at where is Solana? At 164 and Solana will go up to 200 and this will be 6,000 and then it will go down to 167 and 170 and you will feel like an idiot. But the only way you can really screw this up is if you take profits early. No taking profits early, diamond handing your positions. This is the breakout we've been waiting for. The next 2 to 3 months, again, not financial advice, I'm just telling you what I think. The next 2 to 3 months, it is essential that you do not undercut yourself. There'll be dips, but do not get restricted. Focus on 2 to 3 months, not 2 to 3 days. So that said, today I woke up at 3:30 and I could not sleep back. I just looked at the chart and I'm like, oh shit, is it 18,000, 118,000 already? And just started getting my mind going. And I literally was thinking about, you know, when you have your first bull market, you usually screw that up completely. Then the second, you think you're very smart and then you screw up on different ways. And then the third bull market is when you get it right. Now the difference here is that this is my third bull market, but I don't even know if this is a bull market. Like I don't even know if did we have a bull market or was that a pre-bull market pump or is this my fourth bull market? I don't exactly know. But what I know is that the last time when we went way too heavy in memes, I lost also a lot of money on the dip, right? On that massive dip in February. This is the time to just recover and not fuck this up. And I promise you, I'm not going to screw this up. And I'll help you not to do the same. But this next 2-3 months is a gift. It comes every 4 years. And if you do not capitalize on this next 2-3 months, you are making a massive fucking mistake. So I do think that you need to look at this as an opportunity. And the question really is, if you're late buying in, what should you do, right? And so there was someone who retweeted, I have my Whoop reading that is not happy about my sleep. And someone retweeted this. Let me just see who retweeted. How do I see who retweeted this? Someone quote tweeted, look at this guy. He's like, I'm sleeping like a baby, mentally prepared for this last leg. Don't be connected, don't plug in, prepare mentally or get wrecked when bear market hits. I'm telling you, the worst advice you can give someone is to not plug in now. Bro, you have to plug in now. Like, if you're not gonna sleep for the next 3 months, I don't give a fuck. Lock in, this is it. That's all you got. Maybe if you're lucky, my prediction is, and this is what I'm thinking, and we'll see what happens. My prediction is that we're gonna see something similar to what we've seen in 2021, 2021, right? This is 2021, right? So what I'm thinking is, if you project this out here and you put it here, it's a very, very similar pattern than 2021 run up, and then 2021 end of the year run up. It's very similar. Look at this, like it's almost identical. Now, the difference is that after this pull, we have another massive, massive, massive opportunity here. So if you look at, why is this not allowing me to do this? So if you look at this is from 2020, so it's like a year setup, whatever that might be. But if you look at this, here we have another massive opportunity to push. Whether that's still 130, 150, 160, 70, 80, I don't know. But this next 2-3 months is going to be parabolic, and that's it. That's it for some time. So what I recommend you do is to capitalize on that. If you look at retail is just about to come back. So if you look at the chart in 2021, retail was already here on the Pico bottom as well when we started recovering. Retail is just coming back. This is the interest on Bitcoin and crypto Google search. And as you see, it's just picking up. It's just picking up. There was $1 billion inflow into the ETF. And there are still people who are in disbelief and short the market. Don't. Just don't. Just do not short the market. Simple. James Wynn, the legendary hyperliquid guy, he plays the stock. I actually feel sorry for him, but I mean, I do and I don't. So he plays an order at 40x leverage. His liquidation price was 112,000. Well, that's RIP. That basically blasted through. And then there are people who are kind of respected in the space and, you know, have massive. This guy has like 700,000 followers, and he's saying that if you're still 100% in Bitcoin, I would personally exit at this price, my entire stack, sell 95%, keep 5% for a week, maybe 125, 128, but I believe the top is closed and BTC is done. Now the question is, I completely disagree. If he's referring to the fact that there will be an alt rally from here and alt could potentially outperform Bitcoin, yes, I agree. But Bitcoin is a completely different beast now. There's ETFs, there are treasury companies, there is massive institutional interest. Bitcoin is not even close to be done. And what I also tweeted is that the one thing is that so I said if anybody's saying that there will be an 80% correction of Bitcoin, you have to unfollow immediately. But one thing that people don't account for is now we're so back, but there is no reason to be back really. Now imagine it says all-time high in S&P, all-time high in Nasdaq, all-time high Bitcoin, all-time high gold. It is time for the Fed to start cutting rates. Can you realize and understand that when they implemented the big beautiful bill, right, 3rd of July, US debt is now up 410 billion in 2 days. $500 billion in 2 days. Now these guys are going to print the shit out of this. Do you understand what that means? Bitcoin does this pump with interest rates at 4.5%. Can you imagine? Can you even comprehend what happens when they cut to 2%, which is exactly what Trump is saying. Trump is saying interest rates should be between 1 and 2%, and he's going to employ someone instead of JP in May who's going to do that immediately. Can you imagine where Bitcoin goes? 250,000 is conservative, but there is a way to there. There is a way to there, and I would not be surprised if we do have a final push here, 1 or 2 months, and then that's it. And then consolidation all the way down here to maybe down to like 75, maybe down to like 80, 90 until Q1, Q2, 2026. But we're going to talk about that in another show. Kind of got distracted here. But what I wanted to tell you and I wanted to talk about is that a lot of you could potentially be sidelined. Let me know in chat if you're sidelined. If you are sidelined and you don't have your positions, you closed too early, you don't know what to do with them, or I do have a solution for you. The problem is that or the challenge is if you do not have a position in, right? If you do not have a position in and the market starts rallying like this, you don't have an opportunity. So it just started writing. Closed early, exactly. Closed early. Solutions. The solutions are coming. Pumping coming. I am spot long. 98%. This congratulations. Pullback on Bitcoin. Can have 100% in. Closed early. Closed early. We just want to know about ETH and Altcoins and Fefe. What matters? We're gonna look at it. So, if you see a parabolic bull that is just happening right now, this does not give pullbacks. None. It doesn't. So, you look at this. There was from 28,000 to 57,000, there was almost no pullback. The biggest daily pullback that we had was 7%. That's it. That's it. 7%. Now, if we get a 7% on today's chart, 7% would put us down to 110,000. So if this is the beginning of that rally that we're talking about, you can't really catch an entry. That is the truth. You have two options of going at this, okay? One is, and this is, I'm not saying I didn't tell you because we did these trades together. I told you. Yeah, my account is down like 15% or something. 15% on the, let me actually see where it is. I'm being completely transparent here. Futures. I might have been a bit too early in layering in. My account, let me just see. I want to see like all time. How do I see all time? Since we started. Okay, I don't know how we see this. But it's down 23%, but that's not correct because this is not when we started. I think, did we start in June? I don't know when we started. Anyway, I'm just gonna put in May, and I'm gonna put in like May 1st. And then June 30. No, not June 30, but July 11th. 19%, exactly. So about 20%. 19% is where my account is. But I don't care because I started layering in. I didn't know when everything is going to happen, and I started layering in with the market drop. And this is what I've been telling you. 20% is nothing, and we caught trades like this. So what I'm thinking is the following. If you do not have these, I think the best solution is that I'm going to tell you in a second. But if you do have these positions, just leave them open. Don't touch them. Do not touch them. I'm going to show you how you can do scalps, whatever. But these positions are there for the next 2 or 3 months. Is it risky? Yeah. Do I care if we go lower? No, because I've been layering in for this to happen, which is happening exactly now. And I do think that some of the tokens can go 2-3x in the next 2-3 months. Easy, easy. So like TON, for example, I think TON is at $5-6 by December. Easy. We're going to look at it. So this, don't touch. One option that you can do is that you can look at the chart and you can always look at the 15-minute chart. If you look at the 15-minute here, if you have been here yesterday, I've been saying that I'm expecting the market to come down to 50%, right? Was it yesterday? No, it was here. So saying on the hourly chart, I was like, we're probably gonna come down 50% here, right? I was saying this is the hourly chart. We have to come down. I'm gonna start. And I even have a bot that I started layering in here at 110, right? The problem was that we didn't come down. Why? Because this is the beginning of the parabolic bull. But if you look at the 15-minute chart, it in fact did come down exactly to 50% and then moved on. Why? Because that's what the market makers do. So what you can do and find the new entry is the following. You can look at the 15-minute structure each day and expect a 50% retrace. So now you know that this is your stronghold on the 15, 110. So I'm waiting for a, look at this. There was another opportunity here. Look at this. Literally comes back 50% and moves on. From this level, and this is Bitcoin, not anything else. Bitcoin, you could have made 2-3% on Bitcoin if you just bought the 50% on the 15-minute chart. So this is one way of doing it, which is simply taking the 50% of the 15-minute chart and start adding 2 positions, layering in by having a very low liquidation price. Don't even bother having a liquidation price. If you can get your liquidation price below 97, you're good. Like, just don't even worry about it. You don't have to have stop losses. You don't have, again, not financial advice. This is what I'm doing. Don't have to, I have none. Look at this. I have no stop losses on my Bluefin account. Look at this. I literally have no, you know what I have? I have TP levels. 150 on Bitcoin, 4.5 on TON, 13 on Aptos. I don't have stop losses. But also, I don't have liquidation price. I have one here, which is at $1 or something. What is this coin? TON at $1, which is like 70%. It's not gonna go down there. So, or Jito, $2 coin, liquidation price 0.31. So don't have liquidation price. And if you don't have liquidation price, it should be good. Look at the 15-minute chart, start adding 2 positions there. And then you can even wait out the 5-minute market structure shift if you want. But again, a lot of times you are going to miss it. Like if you look here, you didn't really, was there a 5-minute? I'm gonna shit my pants if there was a 5-minute. Look at this. There is a 5-minute market structure. It's clear. And even a 50% retrace after a 5-minute market structure shift. Here's the low. Here's the high. Market structure shift, 50% retrace. It comes back 50%. So if you have the time, you have the energy, you can do this on any of the tokens. Let's look at Sol. I'm gonna open up Sol here. 50%, look at this. 15-minute chart, look at this. Look at this, what I'm giving you for free here. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel. So, 50%, higher high. And you can even wait for the 50, which is here. And layer. This would be your first entry, somewhere here. 163. You can add stop loss, but again, I would not add stop loss because if this comes lower, you just add. Because then it's just coming back for the hourly 15% low, which is here. Just gonna come back down here. 160, no problem. Start adding to the positions. Start adding to the positions. You can screw it up if you have a position. You can screw it up by adding too much. So like you can add to even the existing positions I'm going to add at some point. But if you add too early, it's going to increase your entry price, it's going to increase your liquidation price, the market drops, whatever. It will be normal to have 5, 6, 7% wicks on the day. On altcoins, we will see 15, 20% wicks. It's normal. It's absolutely normal. It is going to happen. You have to be prepared for it. But ultimately, this is the way to go to make sure that you protect yourself. You don't necessarily need a stop loss on a larger swing positions that you're building up for this leg that is just about to happen. It is for real this time, okay? That's step number one. Retest will come eventually. It will. Profit taking. I think you have time. Again, I'm not taking profits just yet. Pionex not allowed in Spain. I'm so sorry that you have to use a VPN. TP on Sol. Again, like 300, 400. I don't even know. What is my TP on Sol? Let me see. TP on Solana. TP 240. What? That's way too soon. Let me just see this. Yeah, I'm gonna move this up. I'm gonna definitely moving this up. I mean, definitely moving this up. Oh yeah, 240. No, 240 is good. It's almost all-time highs. Yeah, 240 is good. But so no, I'm gonna move it up. Actually, I think Solana goes to 400, but we're going to see it then. We'll see what happens. So that's one way of doing it. Okay. Tony's extremely sterile. I agree. What about POPCAT? We can look at charts. The most important thing. This is one. The second way is if you are in the Telegram, if you're in it's completely free to join. It's here. If you're in the Telegram, you can see me. I don't want to say I'm spamming because my wife is calling. My beautiful love, I'm on the show. Love you. My beautiful wife is calling. She doesn't know. She's not watching the show. I mean, that's a minus. Anyway, so I've been pushing the bots, right? And I hated bots, bro. I hated bots. I was like, it doesn't make any sense. But then I didn't realize that bots should not do RSI and cross and MACD and all that, but actually start complementing your strategy. And so now I don't have to wait for the 50% and monitor it. How many times I told you on this live stream that I missed my entries just because I was not close to the computer? A lot of times. But now I don't have to. Because what I do is, and this is the second option you can do, is to simply use the grid bot. Grid bot allows you to still give the ranges. So for example, here, I can say Solana on the hourly chart, you have this whole range here. This whole range. This is your range. Give a bot and let the bot start layering in on this range. And that's it. You literally just get in once and it layers in for you. Again, this is assuming if you are in the same position that I am, which is, I think it's up, so to say, up only. Solana is not going to go under $150 in this cycle. It's not going to happen. In the next 3 months, Solana is not going to go under $150. That's what I believe in. And if that's what you believe in, there's no reason why you would not want to automate and start using something like a Pionex grid bot. Now, I use Pionex. Again, I fell in love with the platform. I will do a whole tutorial. But you can find the link in the description, and Cuz is also going to pin it on the top of this chat. And also we're going to pin it in the comment. If you sign up, you get $1,000 bonuses. It's a deposit bonus. You can check that out and see the terms, but it's literally you deposit and you get in return a sign-up bonus. And I do have these bots. Now, I want you to take away two things. As you know, I've always been transparent with you, and I always will be. The numbers here are phenomenal. It looks very good because I launched these bots. Like, look at this. I launched this 22 hours ago. It made me 11%, up $178. Beautiful. I launched this bot. I tweeted, I posted about this here. I said it's a DGen bot. We got a DGen entry, a DGen bot here, and you can join this DGen bot as well. You can copy these bots. It's already up 7% since the past 2 hours. But I'm aware that these things can go down in value as well. So what you want to do, again, what I'm doing with my own money is that I set up these bots. If you look here, for example, I set up this bot. You can copy these bots. So we're going to have links in the description for both of the bots. So this is a long-term strategy. I don't care if I'm making $170 now. I'm not closing it. I'm leaving this open because the bot is going to buy on the way down and sell on the way up. Why I think it's relevant? Two things. I got a lot of questions, and probably you have a lot of questions as well. Which is it safe to deploy? Is it not safe to deploy? So I put $5,000 on this account just to test it, but I'm going to deploy 6 figures in the next couple of months, or in the next month probably, into the bot, because I believe that this is one of the best ways right now that you can do this. Now, there was a question, okay, is it safe for me to do this because the market is going to tank? If you think the market is going to tank in the next month, don't do it. Do not go against your own strategy. I am pretty convinced that the next 3 months, 4 months is going to be up only, and if it's up only, it does not make sense for me to sit here all the time and monitor the market. I just want to buy and I just want to exit. at all times. This is exactly what I'm going to do. And if you want, I'm going to set a lot of bots. I'm posting all of them here in the Telegram. So there's a free Telegram link in the description. You can join in, and I'm going to post. It's literally, you can just click here. For example, I set up this bot. You click here and you go and copy this bot. It's very simple. You literally just go in here. And you see, click copy this bot. Did this make this? Oh, okay. So you can just go here and then you can just click on follow or copy this bot, and you are going to copy the bot. You literally just add the amount that you want, and that's it. It's a no-brainer to do this, in my honest opinion. I put $800 in here. This bot is designed, by the way, in a way that if I look at hype, I could not get an entry on hype. So my strategy with the bot here is that this is the low on hype. 36. We're not going below 36. It's not happening. So I just took the bot. I put it the lowest grid, which is the liquidation price down here at 36. I put in the amount of money that I'm willing to lose. If I'm willing to lose, have a stop loss of $500, I'll put in $500. And then the bot is just layering in and selling on the way as it pops. This thing can start flying. I mean, this thing can literally just start flying. If it does flying, I think it does make a lot of sense to just simply have this set up and just completely forget about it. Now, a lot of you also ask me, okay, Fefe, that means you're not going to scalp trade anymore. Fuck no. It does mean that I'm going to scalp trade, because a lot of times this is very good for automating your spot bags. Like put in half of your trading account and just have it there. Like you don't have to do anything with it. That's the beauty in it. But of course, if I'm trading, I'm trading. I like trading. I love trading. And I do think that I can outperform this bot as well, but not in the long run, because I'm not available. I'm not here, and I still want my money to work for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scalp trade, which is basically what we've always been doing here. And this is what I'm going to continue doing. If there's a good setup on the day, I'm going to buy, I'm going to sell. We're going to use high leverage. We're going to see how that goes. But that's just basically what it is. There's two options. If rate cut in July, up only. If it not, will be profit taking. So market will be down 20-30% until September. No way, bro. I bet you anything that whether there is a rate cut or no rate cut in July, markets are going to be up only. I'm very convinced. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm very. There is not going to be a 30% drawdown if there is no cut. There is no cut planned in. If you look at the market now, look at this. If you look at the market here, if you look at the market, there is a 95% or 70%, 93% probability of a no cut. The market is pricing in a no cut. If there's no cut, it's not going to be a sell-off, because that's what the market is pricing in. Can you check? I think we'll tank. A lot of people think we'll tank, and that's not going to happen. Are you on his Telegram? I don't know what you mean. Change amount of grids, less minimum amount. Okay, so that's someone saying less minimum amount. Did you check where we can check that? So did you see where we can change what I said before the show? The minimum amount.
It depends on the grid amount.
Yeah, but did you check where I can see what's the minimum amount for these trades?
No.
Okay, thank you. Let me see here. I don't know where I see how much is the minimum here. Oh, maybe if I just go here and just try this. I don't know. I actually don't know. I will look at it. I know someone noted that it's too much for some people. I think so. My Bitcoin bot is quite high because I put in $2,000. So I think that's why it is a little bit more expensive. But I'm going to monitor this. I think it's only $70 to get into the Tom bot though. I'm going to post all of them in here in the Telegram. So if it's too much or whatever, I'm going to post it in here. But I genuinely think like putting in 10, 15, 20% of your trading account makes a lot of sense. And also you have a bonus now. So if you put in $1,000, you get $1,000 back or something like that, which is, again, absolutely incredible. Link in the description. So I'm going to show you where you can find it. Oh, this is not the one. Okay, it doesn't even matter. I think you know where it is. Let's get to charts. Let's get to charts because I think that's why it's important. I gave you the two options. Also, if you're just tuning in, subscribe to the channel. My name is Fefe. I bring you the best alpha, bring you trades, and bring you market updates and keep you posted with what is happening in the market. So it makes sense for you to just subscribe to the channel. Okay, Chicago, let's go. Let's do some tokens. Also, if you're still not convinced by the bots, I use Blowfin. Like it's a non-KYC available worldwide exchange. It's absolutely incredible. ALGO is flying because of the ISO 2200. What is the name of that? It is flying because of that. Has lags. I'm not gonna say it doesn't. All the way 37. But where to get in? This is the problem, right? You either put a bot on it, which I'm gonna do a tutorial on, and then you start layering in, or I'm just looking at the 15-minute chart. Like I can't really do much. This is the 15. Not even that. This is down to 15-minute low. So I would be looking at like layering in here. First buy would be at 20. Or again, you use the great bot and you start layering in. What else do we have? Your Telegram is amazing. I'm so happy you like it. I'm so happy you like it. There are some idiots who are leaving, you know, poop emojis and whatever, and I'm just feel so sorry for them for having like a miserable life. I mean, like 50%. Do you recommend putting in the rest in the bot? I genuinely do, but again, this is just me. Like, I don't know. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. Putting in, so I'm like 50%. So like, again, with the bot. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a rundown here because I know a lot of you are asking about this. So if you create a bot, you go here, you can create your own bot. And if you use 2x leverage, right? So you put your range, for example, on Bitcoin, because I think that's what you should do. That's not risky at all. Or like Bitcoin is not going to zero. I mean, at least not in my opinion. But you can go Bitcoin. And then you can say, okay, what is like the lowest Bitcoin can go? I don't think we're going sub 100. I just don't think that's happening. So like 97 is the lowest range that you want to be, right? 97 is the lowest range. And then what is the upside? I think like 180. 180 is like, I do think it's possible. We went from 105 to 120 in 2 days. No rate cuts, no news, no nothing. It is absolutely possible. Grids, I would say 300. So like you can layer in a lot, or you can also make it like 200 and there's not as many buys, so you can do 200. And then you can see, for example, here, it's $1,000 minimum, right? So you can just simply add, maybe you add decrease leverage. So you go down to, let's say 2, then it will increase the price of 1,500. So you can put in 50 grid. The higher the grid numbers, the lower the amount that you have to put as initial. But again, depends on what you want, because if you want to have smaller amount, I would go higher risk because it just makes sense. This is a bulletproof thing to do because that means you don't have a liquidation price. You literally don't have. You see, there is no liquidation price here. So the price you can do whatever you want. This bot is just going to keep buying and selling even if the market is going down or up. Now, obviously, I'm going to adjust the bot. So this is why it's worth being in the Telegram and coming to the shows when the market peaks, and then we're just going to swap to short, and then we're just going to short all the way down. But for now, it's buying. So you can just set this up. And yes, I do think this is a good idea. My Siri was recording the entire show and wanted to give me an answer now. Okay. POPCAT. Let's go, POPCAT. So POPCAT again, like you see, beautiful, like a 50. Can I put a bot on POPCAT? I never thought I'm gonna say that, but let's do it. So I go down a 15-minute chart. I don't have time to like take. I'm actually out today, so I'm taking my kid to the doctor's office. So what I'm looking at is, this is my low here, right? I'm actually gonna put a bot here. Okay, let's do it. So long bot down here at like 34, 0.34. Highest price, 45, 0.45 all the way up. You can edit this later. The grid, because it's not a big thing, I'm gonna put like 50 different grids here. And I'm gonna go investment, what?
Share the screen.
Oh my God, it's not shared. Okay. I wish it didn't take us a minute to realize this. We should put down the whatever or put up a control screen here or whatever we should do. So so what I was saying is that POPCAT, I put the grid in. This is the low here, 33. This is the 15-minute low. This is, I'm gonna put in 45 as 15-minute high. And this is $22, by the way, to get in here. But this is a riskier one, right? So, but I'm gonna go, let's say I'm gonna put in $200. Why not? I'm gonna put in $200. My liquidation price is 22. So I'm gonna lose probably 50% of this amount, even if we get stopped, right? So if you put in the 50%, I'm just gonna simply go create bot. That's it. And it's just gonna start layering in for me. And the best part is, like I look at this bot here. I look at this bot. I'm actually gonna share with you. Should we just share this bot in the comment? Let's go. I'm not gonna take profits from you because I don't care about the profits. So I'm just gonna take it like 1%. You do have to use my link though, so I'm going to share it here. I'm going to put it here in the chat. I literally just created this bot. I'm going to put it here because it's going to pin it, and then you can just simply join in on this bot. And what this bot is doing, it's a 15-minute. I just created it. It's a 15-minute scalping bot. So what it does is that it takes the 15-minute low, which is down here, which seems to be also an hourly low almost. 15-minute low, and as the market will consolidate and come lower down here, it will just keep layering in. Keep layering in. and then just sell off as we go higher. It's beautiful. I'm in love with this thing, bro. Like literally in love with this thing. I think it's incredible. It is incredible. I could even increase the leverage here, by the way. Okay, let's not do it now, but I could be more degen and increase the leverage. Okay, let's go. So that's my thinking. My thinking is that you want to get in here. You want to start layering in as it comes down 50, maybe start at 36. Just start layering. This is the bottom here. If this bottom gets taken out, we're going down to 32. Let's go Cheeto. Let's go Cheeto. Cheeto is a big disappointment so far. Robinhood is launching stake in the States, so this is big, but it's still such a disappointment. I mean, we're still up like almost $2,000 on this one, but it's a disappointment a little bit. I'll be honest with you. Cheeto. So yeah, you have the high here. Finally, you have the high. You see again, like I could actually spin up a bot on Cheeto as well, because look at this. You have a high here, right? You have a high here. I'm just not a straight line, but you have a high here. Now this is your structure. Anything here is a buy. Anything below. So what I would be doing, I would be either looking at the 4 hour, or I'll be just waiting. Yeah, it could get hit. So like if this comes down here like 193, I'm gonna add a bot, and the bot is just going to start layering in. So I would not be buying in Cheeto until we hit 193. 193 is, if you're in, you know, don't worry about it. I think it is. And I mean, if you look at this is like an extreme chart. Again, you look at this high, 50% pullback. I'm looking at 3.5 on Cheeto. Easy 3.5. What is my TP here? 5. Okay, that's kind of that's kind of ambitious, but I mean, if I zoom out on the daily, 5 is not far away. We'll see. What else do we have here? Brett. Let's go, Brett. Yeah, you see here. Look at this. So I've been explaining that I was waiting for the 4-hour retrace. I was saying like, hey, the 4-hour retrace should come, and it never came. It never came. But if I go down here, and not even the 15-minute came. There was no pullback on this thing. So if it comes, this is my low. Again, the same thing. If you wanted to play with bots, same thing. It comes down 50, start layering in here, 0.054. This is where I would be a buyer. This is where I would start buying here. You can set a limit order here on Wolfen as well, or you can just open up a bot on Pionex and just simply start getting in here. So that's what I'm looking at. Mog. Let's go Mog. I think it's like 1,000 Mog, right? Isn't it 1,000 Mog or 10,000 Mog or something like that? Oh, 1,000,000 Mog. What is this? How do I find Mog? Okay, I don't know how I'll find it, but I have it like this. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. Up 74% the past 4 days. 74%, and you still a disbeliever. It's crazy. So let's go here. Daily. Again, unfortunately, can't tell you much more. Either you wait for the pullback on the 15-minute chart. Yeah, this is the 15-minute here. This is the 15-minute. So I would either set up a bot with down here at like 13.8 and then start layering from 15.4. That's just what makes sense. Boss, where do you see the total market cap going this cycle, and can you take a look at virtual? Yes, so total market cap, I think we're gonna hit, I mean, depends what you mean this cycle. I do believe that by the end of 2026, this thing is going to 10 trillion. That's what I think. So the total market cap now sitting at 3.6. I do think that we're going to see 10 trillion. 10 trillion, yes. 10, so if you look at like, yeah, 10 trillion. Probably like 10 trillion-ish. I mean, this is not going to look like this. It's probably going to look something like this. Yeah, 10 trillion. I'm looking at 10 trillion. 8 to 10 trillion. That's another 100, 200%. No, what is it? Yeah, another 150% in the total market cap. Easy. I think by end of 2026. I think that's easily doable. Yeah, and virtual. You see the same thing. Look at this. It's literally, it's beautiful. Look at this. Comes back 50, starts making its way up. It's beautiful. I would either look at a bot here. Yeah, I might actually take a bot here. I need to deposit more money here. So yeah, I mean, I would wait for the when and if we get the pullbacks. I think that's the way to add. So, but also look at this. Like, this is literally what I'm explaining to you. Look at this. What is the 15-minute low? This is the 15-minute low. Look what it did. Came back. Now, this is a perfect example of why I'm saying to use a bot. Look at this. If we set up a bot here on the 15-minute, it would have layered in here, and it would have started selling here. That's what it would have done. Simple. So simple. And we wouldn't have just sit here and do all that up 3% and 10x 30%. Thank you very much. But now I would be expecting this to come down to like a 0.7 or whatever that might be. All right, guys, I think this is it. Let me just look at one more time on the. I'm obsessed. Cuz knows it. Cuz knows it. I'm literally just sitting here looking at my bots here. This is my degen that I set up POPCAT now. I literally posted about this hype today. Hype bot today. Bitcoin is up. 𝗏. Look at this, like 𝗏 as well. Like, if you're not following this bot, I don't even know what you're doing. Look at this. So much upside on 𝗏. And I know crazy news is coming for 𝗏. Look at this. Look at this. 5 is conservative, bro. Like, I don't want to sit there and always layer in. Just buy and sell 𝗏. Buy and sell on all balances. It's simple. And I have it all here in the Telegram, and we'll also have it down in the description. So, guys, truly appreciate. Thank you so much for tuning in here. Check out this video. It's going to be a trading education video if you want to still learn how to manual trade, because I think it's fun and it's awesome, and you can't really use the bots for everything. But also, you can subscribe here if you click here, and also you can check out one of the $1 Billion Hustle episodes, which is going to be here. So go and check that out. That's our vlog. We have a dedicated video dropping next week. Truly appreciate every single one of you. Check out the links in the description. Test the bots. Genuinely, test the bots. I'm going to post more in the Telegram. And yeah, come back for another one. I believe. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.